Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Shakespeare's Fantasies. In this video, we will be discussing the workbook answers for Act 1, Scene 2, Extract 5 and Extract 6. So without wasting another minute, let's start this video. So our Extract 5 reads that, "Your tale, sir, would cure deafness." These lines are said by Miranda, in which she is saying to Prospero that the tale which he is conveying can cure deafness, can treat a deaf person. Now the next line comes from Prospero, in which he is saying to have no screen between this part he played and him he played it for, he needs will be absolute Milan. Now Prospero is saying these lines for Antonio, that this part which he was playing, that he was portraying to be the Duke of Milan, he was playing this part. Now he wanted it in reality that he should be the king of Milan, and for that he needed entire Milan under his control. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough of temporal royalties. Now he is saying about himself, Prospero is saying about himself that me, poor man, me, poor man, for me, my library was like the dukedom of temporal royalties. Like it was so precious to me that we can compare it to temporal royalties. It's the dukedom of temporal royalties. Now he thinks me now incapable. Confederates, so dry he was for sway. Now Prospero is saying that Antonio started to think that Prospero was incapable to rule Milan. And he was so thirsty for power, he was so dry for sway, that he confined with the king of Naples, that he shook hands with the king of Naples to give him annual tribute, do him homage. That is, Antonio was ready to give him annual tribute, do him homage, like he was ready to consider him superior, to consider Naples superior than Milan. Subject his coronet to his crown. He was ready to bow down to the king of Naples and bend the dukedom yet unbowed. And while doing all these things, he was ready to bow the dukedom which was yet unbowed, which was very great, which till date had not bowed, had not bent in front of any other kingdom. He was ready to bend it to Naples just because he was thirsty for power, just because he was thirsty for to become the actual Duke of Milan. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping. That is, oh, poor Milan. It has to bow down in front of Naples. Now we move to our question number 1, which reads, what is meant by absolute Milan? What in the extract shows that Antonio has become absolute Milan? Now our answer is, the word absolute Milan means the actual Duke of Milan in all aspects. In the extract, Prospero tells Miranda that in order to be complete Duke of Milan, Antonio wanted to do away with all the things that stood between the appearance and reality. He grew so ambitious that he joined hand with the king of Naples, Alonso, and expelled Prospero along with Miranda from Milan, thus fulfilling his dream of becoming the absolute Duke of Milan. This shows that Antonio has become absolute Milan. Now our second question is, what did Antonio think of Prospero's library? Our answer is, Antonio became ambitious and wanted to be the Duke of Milan. He began to consider Prospero a worthless fellow and thought that his library was a fair substitute for his dukedom. He considered Prospero as totally unfit to exercise any political authority. Our question number 3 is, what was the relationship earlier between the king of Naples and Prospero? Now what is the relationship between Naples and Milan? Now our answer is, earlier Alonso the king of Naples and Prospero the Duke of Milan were arch rivals, that is enemies. Now Antonio is the Duke of Milan and the king of Naples, Alonso, is on good terms with him, because together they conspired against Prospero and ousted him from Milan, that is, thrown him out of Milan. Antonio agreed to respect and treat Alonso as a superior person, and accepted a subordinate position to Naples, that is a lower position in comparison of Naples. Our question 4 is, what is the most ignoble stooping? How did Antonio cause the ignoble stooping? Our answer is, according to Prospero, the most ignoble stooping is that Antonio had placed the dukedom of Milan under the humiliating control of Naples. That is, now Milan was under the control of Naples. It used to work under Naples. Now, Antonio has caused the ignoble snooping by entering into an agreement with the king of Naples, by paying him an annual tribute, and by accepting a subordinate position to Naples. This subordinate position was of Milan in comparison of Naples. Now, question 5. Narrate what harm the king of Naples has done to Milan. Our answer is, the king of Naples caused a lot of harm to Milan. He entered in an alliance with Antonio, who was Prospero's treacherous brother, and according to their, that is Antonio's and Alonso's evil plan, he, that is Alonso, succeeded in expelling Prospero and his daughter Miranda from Milan. Second, Alonso also placed Milan under the control of Naples, and he crowned Antonio as the new Duke of Milan, who was unworthy of the position. He also made Antonio to pay him an annual tribute of money and to accept Milan as a subordinate to Naples. Now our question 6 is, give the meaning of the following words as they are used in the context of the passage. Our first word is royalties. Royalties means right granted by a monarch. And second word is sway. Sway means sovereign power, that is dominant or superior power. Now we move to our extract number 6, and it reads that, well demanded wench, that is, you ask a very right question, girl. So these lines are from Prospero. Now the next lines read, my tale provokes that question. That is, if you were following my story, that question was obvious. Dear, they durst not, so dear the love of my people bore me. That is, dear Miranda, they did not dare to do so. So here the act of killing Prospero and Miranda is being referred. So Prospero is saying they did not dare to kill them. And what was the reason? So dear the love of my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business. That is, they did not want it to become enemy in the eyes of people, to become wrong in the eyes of people. But with colors fairer painted their foul ends. That is, but they hid their evil plans behind the curtains of fairer deeds. In few they hurried us aboard a bark. That is, in few words, they put us in a boat, bore us some leagues to the sea. That is, took us to some lengths in the sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of butt. That is, and in the middle of the sea they had prepared a boat which was in so bad condition that it did not have any equipment, nor rig, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. That is, it did not have any rope or any tackle, any sail or any mast. So poor was the condition of that boat. The very rats instinctively had quit it. That is, the rats themselves had quit the boat because their instincts warned them that the probability of sinking of this boat is absolutely high. There they hoist us to cry to the sea that roared to us to sigh. That is, there they left us to cry to the sea and die. And the sea roared because it was very angry with all these plans against Prospero and Miranda. To the winds whose pity sang back again, did us loving but wrong. That is, to the winds which were blowing, and because they were really sad for our so poor condition. but in doing so the sea and the wind hurt us lovingly. Now our first question is, to whom is Prospero speaking what is well demanded? So our answer is, Prospero is speaking to his daughter Miranda. The question asked by Miranda, that is, wherefore did they not that are destroy us? Meaning, why didn't they, that is Antonio and Alonso, kill us, that is Prospero and Miranda, that day itself was well demanded. Question number 2. Why didn't the enemies of Prospero get rid of him? Our answer is, the enemies of Prospero did not get rid of him by killing him because the people of Milan adored their duke, that is Prospero. If they, that is Antonio and Alonso, would have killed Prospero, then the people of Milan would not have spared Antonio and Alonso for killing their rightful and noble duke. So fearing this consequence, they did not dare to set a mark so bloody on the business by trying to kill Prospero in the public eye. Our third question is, what did the enemies do to Prospero? Answer, the enemies of Prospero, that is Antonio and Alonso, made a plan executing which they hurried Prospero and Miranda on a boat and carried them some miles out to the sea. There they had prepared a rotten dead body of a boat that had no ropes, no tackle, tackle means equipment, sails or mast. Even the rats had abandoned it instinctively due to its high chances of sinking. They, that is Antonio and Alonso's men, left them on the boat into the sea to cry out to it and ultimately die. Our question 4 is, what is a rotten carcass of a butt? Why is it called so? Describe the condition of the butt. So our answer goes, rotten carcass of a butt means rotten dead body of a boat. It refers to the boat in which Prospero and Miranda were left out in the sea. It is called so because the boat was in such a bad condition that even the rats had abandoned it instinctively due to its high chances of sinking. The boat was in a very poor condition and it had no ropes, no tackle, that is equipment, sails or a mast. Now question 5. Describe how the sea and its surroundings reacted to the anxiety of Prospero and Miranda. Our answer is, the sea and its surrounding reacted to the anxiety of Prospero and Miranda in the following way. When Prospero and Miranda were left in the sea to suffer, they, that is Prospero and Miranda, both cried out to the sea, and it seemed that by roaring back to them, the sea was expressing its grief. Point 2 is, in sadness they, that is Prospero and Miranda, sighed to the wind, and the wind sighed back to them in pity, thus causing harm to them in love. Our question 6 asks, give the meaning of the following words as they are used in the context of the passage. First word, provoked, that means invite, and second word is rigged, rigged means ropes. So guys, this would be enough for this video. I hope that this might have proved to be helpful to you, and please share it with your friends, subscribe the channel, click on the notification bell. Also, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.